I got a public service announcement today on the channel, and that is to avoid at all costs, no matter what, the knockoff and rip-off bows that are out there. There's a reason that they are cheap, and you always get what you pay for. Curiosity got the best of me, and I'm sure glad I decided to see what was up, because what you're getting in this riser is the potential for serious bodily injury, and I won't even string this bow. It is that bad. And I'm going to show you on the channel today some of my serious concerns with this equipment and why you should avoid it at all costs. So let's get into it. So like I said, curiosity got the best of me. I wanted to see what they were like because they're out there. People talk about them, people show them off, and I got a horrendous example of what an archery riser should be. Now, this is from a company that I will never officially endorse. I'm not going to say any company's name in this video. You can figure it out on your own with some very little research. However, even from the start, this is how the package comes to me. Smashed, clearly a ripoff. The quality of the box is awful to begin with. The manual is just as terrible. The tools you get, fine. But what the real problem is with the riser itself. Number one, I don't know what it's made out of, but this thing is very, very lightweight. On first look, it's close. You know, if I squint really hard, if I hold it about 10, 15 feet away, it sure looks about the same. And the photos that are all over the internet of them, in regards to what the manufacturer posts them as, I truly believe is actually the real riser that comes from the other manufacturer, the real one that did all the hard work of engineering and spending all the time and the effort to design these things. I think it's actually the real riser with the logo removed and their logo stuck in the actual piece. Because, let me show you how easy it is to just do that. Right here, here's their logo. Pop it off. And I can take whatever logo I want to make. Oh look, it's my bow now, and the photos are going to look real good. I truly believe that's what's going on. Because what's pictured is not this. So I'll just start with the worst things first. And the real main concern that I have is for safety. For your safety or your kid's safety. If you're considering buying your kid something like this because it's cheap for Christmas, don't. Seriously. I won't string this bow because genuinely there's a concern that these tiller bolts will just straight out rip out of the riser. And I'm going to show you why. If you've been following the channel for any period of time, you'll know that tolerances are very, very important. Not just tolerances, but general fit and finish, general safety tolerances. Your tiller bolt should not do that. And that tiller bolt is turned in, let's find out, 7 whole turns. Well, technically it's turned in 7 turns from where the threads start engaging. The hole on the inside diameter in this riser pocket down in here, it is egged out, wallowed out, like sloppy, to where when I take this tiller bolt, here's the surface of the riser, right, that it sits on. Now I'm going to drop it into the hole and watch how far down it drops. That's like several threads. And as you can see, it's threaded all the way up. It's just oversized so large in the ID of the riser itself, and possibly and probably also this bolt itself is undersized, and it's dropping down 3 full threads. I had 7 threads engaged past that, and you still see how much that tiller bolt is flopping around. For me, that is an absolute 100% warning that this bow will not survive if I were to string it. So if I take a set of Allen wrenches really quick just to demo this, because it's terrifying, and we'll put it into what should be the minimum requirement of this tiller bolt to be in a safety factor of being threaded in. So I bottomed it out against the shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 turns. Take an Allen wrench that'll actually reach down inside the hole to tighten the locking grub screw in the back. And I'm going to tighten it to half of my normal Jake specs, which is pretty high because I tend to break everything on the channel. And I literally just pushed the tiller bolt out of the threads with the locking set screw with basically no effort at all. That tiller bolt should have locked itself in place easily at the depth I had it in, and it literally got pushed out by the locking grub screw. And I would never, ever, ever even string one of these things, let alone attempt to go shoot it. So the top one I can lock a little bit better. I can definitely lock the top one. Doesn't want to unlock, which is telling me that there's tolerance issues there too, and over time that's going to do the same thing. Now there's a lot of cheaper bows out there that are on the market that are much better than this from real manufacturers, real reputable manufacturers. And if you don't know those reputable manufacturers, all you need to go is go to a few online distributors or online archery shops. And if a reputable retailer or distributor is carrying that bow, it's real or good enough to purchase for sure. So if you go to like Lancaster Archery, go to SSA, go to JVD, even shops like Quicks, you can go to Eliza Archery in Australia, any of those places. If they have a bow on their website or a brand that's on their website, because sometimes bows aren't sold everywhere, but brands are. And if you find that brand and you can find a good deal on that bow, buy that one. But don't buy these knockoffs that are clearly a safety hazard. I don't want you to hurt yourself. The tolerances and quality of this is so low that even the cheapest models of budget-friendly ILF risers that are real manufacturers, real reputable manufacturers, are gonna be better than this. You're literally wasting money on this junk because you're gonna have to buy something again. And I've always said on this channel, buy once, cry once, even if it's for a cheap budget, real branded riser. And I genuinely think injuries are gonna happen if people actually buy these things. In addition to safety concerns, quality concerns, ethically, it's trash. It's absolutely nothing that anybody should be endorsing, partaking in, supporting, or any of those things. Curiosity got the best of me, and I'm sure glad I investigated because I found some severe and serious problems that I really think you as the consumer really, really need to be aware of, because I don't want you to get hurt. You know, I think it's part of what I like to do on this channel is to educate the public. And so when I find something that is just so egregiously wrong in so many ways, on so many levels, I have to tell you what I found. Don't do it. Move that cursor away from that buy button and go get something reputable, go get something real, go get something from a trusted source. And if you're really on a budget, find something that's like 5 years old, find a good piece of quality used equipment, because chances are it will shoot better than you will, at least for a very long time, until you get really, really comfortable with shooting and learn more about it. Some of the best money spent in archery is on quality used equipment. So don't ever be afraid to ask some people, even at your local range, behind that pro shop counter or something, hey, do you know anybody that's selling any of their used gear? Selling stuff that's 3, 5, 10 years old? All of that, if properly cared for, will be far better, way far and above than this piece of junk that I had the luxury of putting my hands on. Hey, if you like this video, please consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell down below. I produce all this content for archers around the world to enjoy for free. I'm really just trying to fill a void out there for good quality information from a trusted source. And if you wouldn't mind, do consider supporting this channel. There's many different links in the description below, and I can't thank my supporters enough.